Alright, well, that was bad. But we finally got our technical difficulties figured out. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Missing Derek.
5, 6. Yes, still missing Derek. Now then, I'm certain he'll be along.
He's currently online, but on his phone.
I mean, you want to just quickly send him a and make sure that he's on his way? Alright.
Send him a yacht. Send Derek a yacht and it's on his way.
Yeah, send him a yacht. Okay. Now then. Last time, you guys got to learn about the room with the illusion of the wedding. The group was conjecturing about who the Lich might be and how they were related to this wedding between a devotee of Melora, supposedly a wizard, and the last known holder of the Armor of Cord, the champion. We learned her name to be Victoria Somerset. And after that, you explored some rooms. You had to do some funny dances to get the doors to open. And you explored 3 rooms that had the pagan gods for the sun, death, and storms. Behind which appeared to be a latrine, a larger-than-life bust of Cord, interacting with his followers, and a horrifying torture device. Sound about right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
There's no way to talk about Cord.
He's a horrifying torture device. Yeah. Now then. Where shall we begin? Raiken was still in the room with the statue of Cord, admiring it. And the others investigated the next room down, Vendar specifically seeing the torture device, and leaving very quickly. Are you with me, Vendar?
Sort of. Where are we at?
Recapping.
Getting the Twitch stream up.
Okay. Yeah, so does everybody have the Twitch stream up?
Mm-hmm.
You with me, Malachi? You sound a little tired. You okay?
No, I'm here.
Okay. And Derek's here. See? Told you. He was along. Now then. Today marks 17 episodes broadcast to Twitch.
Oof. That's 17 weeks since we entered this dungeon.
Yeah, and 19 weeks in total since we had to be off for 2 of those weeks.
We have been in here for months. So many months.
It's a big dungeon. You guys are trying to be careful.
Yep.
How's that working for you?
I've really died several times.
So, really well.
From your perspective, perhaps.
I mean, imagine if you weren't so careful.
You know how you fix that?
Get good.
You just not die.
Get good, noob.
Just not that right. Uh-huh.
So far, he's mastered that because he hasn't died yet. He's just almost died.
That's true.
He's courting death.
Just don't get sick.
Death only needs to win once. You need to win every time.
Yeah.
Alright. So, where are we going to start off with this? We're still in illusions, wandering around.
Yep.
Raiken's still doing things to the Cord statue.
unspeakable things.
I still think we need to find a place to rest. Either check the last door or turn around and find a bigger room. Like backtrack a little. Because we cannot fight the Lich in this day.
Laraminus and Cyrus, you are aware of what happened.
Alright. And we're allowed to mention it and things now?
Yes.
So, on that note, there's something I'd like to mention as far as resting. Apparently, some of these wounds are from the illusions itself. Because at least when I'm not sure about Laramendis, but when we exited the illusions, we noticed that some of them were fake, even though they felt entirely real. So there's a chance we could end up overspending our resources if we're not careful in here.
But if we believe we're gonna die, we probably will die though.
That wouldn't surprise me.
So we still have to be mindful of that too.
But you're saying that these wounds aren't real?
Not all of them. Some of them certainly are.
They all could be real also.
You are aware, Cyrus, that the ones that went away when you left the illusion did not come back when you re-entered it.
And also, yeah. So, but
Well,
the illusionary wounds that disappeared have not returned. So if we can find a way to step out temporarily, we might be in better shape. If we want to try and backtrack back out, since we're
then why don't we do
honestly
that?
not that deep in.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's do that.
That. Oh.
But the one downside is we may run into problems with the crossing through illusions, because doing that too many times, as I've experienced,
Not a good
Well,
thing.
eventually become unpleasant, no matter how well you take it.
I'm willing to risk it.
Are we at a point to where we should rest where we are at all? Or should we, like, we might as well just press on. Like, I don't know. I have a decent amount of resources left,
Last
but I don't know how you magicians are doing, or magic casters.
Well, if the wounds are part of illusion, the healing might be part of the illusion too.
I doubt if your healing is used on you, it will probably only heal your wounds, not the illusions.
Then maybe we should try to get rid of the illusion wounds and not use up our resources, as Cyrus suggested.
That seems sensible.
But how much time are we gonna waste backtracking and whatnot?
Well, it's like what? Another room over?
well, there's the desert, which is
Which is the
behind
next
us,
room.
and then there's the cottage, and then there's out.
Hmm. That's all in one room.
Well, it's two crossing overs.
Yeah, but one actual room.
We're not going to
Okay.
open the fourth door before that?
Well, might as well just open the. Yeah, I agree. Why don't we just open?
We already opened 3 of them. Why not open the fourth one?
Yeah, see what's left, and then I guess we can do that if that's what everyone wants to do.
That,
And you can
but
open that one.
that will add another crossing.
Well, Vendor wants to open it. Let him go for it. He's still functional.
I'm at the point where I'm actually not. That's why I was vomiting on the floor last time I went to the doors. So no,
I was vomiting on the floor.
Yes, and you know that you are at
Failed the
disadvantage the
honor.
next time you're required to make a dexterity saving throw.
Well, this is not a monarchy. What's everyone? Let's go one by one. What do we want to do? Bendar, what do you want to do?
Want somebody else to go through that fourth door.
Leah?
I want to return.
Cyrus?
I mean, returning grants myself no benefit, but it would seem good for the rest of us to recover what we can.
Well, then your vote is to go back then.
Go back after. I think someone should look through that door first.
So that's what I'm getting the votes for, Bendar. What do you say, Cyrus? So go back then?
That would be my vote, yes.
Okay. Larmendis?
I'm chewing.
He's chewing.
If we intend to check out the room anyway, I feel that it would be better to do it before we've crossed through 4 more times, in case there's anything more dangerous. But
So,
if people are feeling themselves in a state where we should be returning and seeing if a bit of other air might be beneficial, then
Other air.
that is also reasonable.
what about you, Raiken?
Is this through telepathy?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, people can open the door. I'll stay here with Cord.
Oh my god. Since we have to pry him
You will
out
most
of it,
certainly not.
why don't I'll do it. We'll go through the door, we'll get it done, then we'll backtrack since then we'll have to figure out how to deal with Raiken. Alright.
So you're gonna go through this door, is what you're saying there, Yukikaze?
Yeah, and what I would appreciate, no, the far side all the way right.
Oh, you're leaving? Okay, I thought you were gonna go get Raiken. I'm sorry.
No, I'm gonna be the guinea pig to attempt to see what this door is gonna be, and then we're gonna go back out.
Okay. Give me just.
So can I have someone else close by in case worst case scenario? Please and thank you.
I mean, I could be in the general area.
That's fine. You don't have to be like right on top of the door.
Good, because I can't.
Alright, what's my symbol? What's this thing? Because I gotta do the silly thing that those fools did, right?
Checking it.
Dice trace it up.
Alright.
Where are we?
So, you see a masculine-looking figure with long curling brown hair depicted on the door. He is standing in profile, meaning he's standing faced to the left or the right. In this case, he's facing toward the corner, so to your left as you face this door. The way he is standing, you see that he has one hand outstretched in front of him down low at about waist height with palm toward the ground, and the other hand is raised in front of his body but up above his face with fingers splayed and palm out toward the door. His knees are slightly bent, putting him what you might call horse riding stance in martial arts.
Alright, I guess I will imitate that.
Okay.
I feel it kind of looks silly.
You look like you're having sex with an invisible person. The door opens.
Alright, here goes nothing.
Again, as you look through the opening, you see that it seems to be a tomb filled with riches. And I assume you're going to step through.
Unfortunately. Alright, I got Constitution 6. Here we go.
Alright. You step through, and you feel the queasy teleportation. What is your Constitution save?
Yeah, 26.
26. Alright, you tough it out. You step through, and you find yourself in a room that has a fountain, it seems. You can see water emitting from the wall here. I'll color this blue, like so, and it is pouring into this area here, like so. And as you stand there, momentarily bewildered by the transition, you will notice that from the ceiling and from the water, small motes of light begin to gather and form into a single orb of luminescence in the middle, which I will represent in this pinkish color here. You feel a sense of welcome and desire to approach. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Nope. It's all 14.
14. Okay. You feel this desire to approach this ball of luminescence, but you realize that this is an external force, that whatever this thing is, it wants you to approach.
I don't feel any menacing feel from it. It's very welcoming, you said, right?
You feel a strange sense of calm. In fact, the more you think about it, the more you focus on it, the more you let yourself be in this room, you feel you can almost hear a soft harp coming from nowhere in particular.
Tristan PM.
Checking.
So, I'll speak to everyone and say, so nothing bad in this room. There's actually water, and something I'm not so sure about. I don't know.
Please elaborate.
Might it be a good place to rest?
It's like a floating light, and
This room just something I don't know what it is, which could be bad.
well, it's a floating light above this water. So I don't know if I want to approach it or not, because we are in the enemy's lair, per se. So, well, the enemy's
Listen.
occupying.
What was the figure depicted on the door?
A curly, brown-haired person in a sexual position. I mean, I can tell you which one it is because you have pagan knowledge,
Yeah.
but can you... I was going to allow you to guess.
I mean, nice room makes me think of Melora.
Hmm?
But nice,
No.
nice seeming room with water in it makes me think Melora, but I don't actually.
This is a pagan god of fertility.
Yeah.
They're not all direct correlations to the true pantheon.
I didn't think about that then.
I do want to point that out, that they have pagan gods that are not correlated to
Okay.
the true pantheon.
Please step out of the room. We don't have time for that.
Oh yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Why is
Can't
that,
go in there
Larry
with a corpse
Bendis?
statue.
Although, considering what was in the other rooms.
Each of the rooms has
Hey.
had some generally more indirect reference to the god depicted, and that is a goddess of fertility.
Oh! Well, that could be a plus, but we're trying to get out of here, so.
Yes, as I said, we do
I
not have
just-
time.
Alright, Larry Bendis, I trust your judgment on this, I guess. I will mosey on out of here then.
As you turn on your heel to leave, you do feel a remorse in the light, and it begins to fade away again. And you step through as it disappears.
And why can't I have gone to that one?
I want to go to the
There's
sex
a
room.
shaft.
That was mean.
Alright, guys.
What's your
since-
constitution save there, Yukikaze?
Since I rolled a 20, I'm gonna roll a 1, now watch. I guess I'm feeling the love right now. I'm not gonna roll this during the fight though. I rolled another 20, so 26.
Okay. Yeah, you tough it out again. You are unflappable.
I'm very glad I didn't accompany anyone into that room.
And as well.
Alright. So you guys wish to go back to the other room, so let's head that way, everyone. Raiken, get your grubby hands off of Cord's bust.
But
We need
Cord,
Get out.
I know, but Raiken, think about this. You want to be sexy wearing Cord's armor while touching Cord, right?
Raiken's completely ignored Yukikaze, but he acknowledged Leah. So he'll say, "Alright, I'll get out."
Yes, Mom, I'll get out of the pool.
Well, at least you got
So
him
you
out. Alright.
climb your way down, and head toward, stepping over the fallen warriors, and as you reach the door, having stepped meticulously around the obstacles, you cast one last longing look back over your shoulder and into the face of Cord, who seems very pleased with what is beneath him. And you notice that all of the statues are of fighters wearing Cord's symbol.
Thought I already knew that.
There are no longer any orcs or drow among them.
So they're fighting each other.
Yes.
Alright, then she's really butthurt now.
You didn't notice the change while you were in there, but as you look longingly back at Cord before stepping through, you do notice that it is different from when you first entered.
Okay.
And you step back across. Roll your Constitution saving throw.
Oh, fuck! Thanks, Yukikaze, for saying that you would roll a 1.
I stole all the 20s.
Woo! 6. Total.
Leah, make a Dexterity saving throw.
No.
Dexterity save?
Yeah, make
Yeah,
a.
but plus, though, at least, because I'm now in the area.
It's true. You do get Raiken's plus.
I'm gonna have to talk about it one again. For some reason my dice tower didn't make the dice actually land straight. It's bad design.
Can't happen.
Um,
Because it's canted.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Dexterity save plus Raiken's status plus 3, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So. 14.
Okay. So Raiken appears in the doorway after you shout at him moments later, and he kind of stumbles as he steps out, and you just looking up at this hulking frame of Dragonborn as he fills the doorway, suddenly appearing there. You notice his cheeks are puffed out, and you dive out of the way as he loses his lunch all over the ground where you were standing.
Oh, good lord.
Gross.
And I had been in there for a little bit, so it's not like I had immediately got in and then came out.
Yeah, no.
Right, you failed really bad, though.
You failed really bad. You will
Well,
be.
yeah, I rolled a freaking 1.
You will be at a disadvantage on your next dexterity saving throw.
No, I just suck at dexterity saving throws anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I was planning on failing that roll no matter what.
Joke's on you, DM.
Killed in the dice. Alright, guys, let's head out.
One last thing before we move out. Larminus, since you and I can't gain any benefit from simply stepping outside, do you think the two of us should just stay here until they get back, so we don't have to go through more
Wait.
transitions than necessary?
We don't split the party, not now.
Wait, I'm confused. So it's just switching areas. So the rooms that we went to just now aren't considered separate entities? Or not an entity, it's separate zones. So like, wouldn't that have wiped out the illusionary effect? Me coming and
No,
Raiken
no.
coming back?
It's about leaving the effect entirely.
Oh, you left
All the way
effect
out
of
of the... Come back.
One more time, Vendor. You got broken up.
We going back?
Back to the room where I first crossed into what we saw was a purple wall.
That was quite a distance back, wasn't it?
Several transitions, at least.
It's 2 to 3, depending on how it's counted. And then 2 to 3 more on the way back.
Well, at least we know the way to get here. Hopefully. Unless the illusions decide to change on us. Well, if that's everyone's vote, well, I'm fine with it, I guess. Well, so continue what you're saying. Sorry, Cyrus, for cutting in on you.
So I was asking Larminus if he would think it'd be a good idea for the two of us to wait here the couple minutes it's taking us to march out there and come back, since we can gain no benefit from simply stepping outside the illusion, and it would save us more crossings than necessary.
I thought we wanted to set up that thing. The thing.
The cottage.
Yeah, that thing.
That was until we knew that not all of these wounds are real, so we don't necessarily need to rest, because it...
Hey,
Well,
why
I
do you
was-
and Lerman leave?
What?
Just not need to leave? Why would you gain no benefit?
Because we've already been outside. We haven't been hit since then, so all of our wounds that we still have are real. Like, we're not gonna... Mechanically speaking, we're not gonna get any health back from stepping outside, unlike a lot of you.
But if we leave you here, you'll be in danger for more attacks. And we won't be able to save you.
For about a minute or two. It's not very far.
I still don't like the idea of splitting the party. It hasn't gone well before, it won't go well again.
It went fine when me and Raiken went and got our boomstick.
That
I'm
was
expecting that gets a glare response.
that was farther outside the sphere of influence.
Ash is going to Bob and say, "May I make a suggestion, Scholar?
Go ahead.
It seems to me that there, according to the talk from your allies, that there is only one further portal to explore on this path, and should this path be a dead end, there would not be a reason to return. You could do it in one trip if you simply eliminate that last door as a possible necessity."
Ash makes a point.
He
Let's
does.
listen to the floating orb. It's smarter than all of us.
Yeah.
But if the lich is behind there,
Then that would be most unfortunate for the entire group.
And
I
we will
doubt-
almost certainly die.
I think we'd
You're
find
right.
I think we'd find a lot more resistance being closer to the lich.
You don't
think
think a mirror fight of ourselves having a boulder dropped on our heads resistance?
That's just
In
a
a tunnel
trap.
that was already filled with mummies? Okay, not filled, but had a few mummies in it?
I don't think.
I think it'd be more grandiose than that.
Yeah.
That is simply my suggestion, Scholar.
It is a reasonable one.
Noah's gonna finally pick himself up off the ground. He's just been sitting there curled up on the ground the whole time.
Okay. You stand up and wipe the bile from your lip. You feel unsteady on your feet, but you're no longer nauseous.
I remind you that Jubble gave him water.
Mm.
That happened at the end of last session.
That is good. He definitely should have water.
Yes, he will drink it and thank him.
You're welcome. I take all the bits back. Just pop them back where they were.
Bits.
Because I gave him like the cup from the mess kit.
I see. I was like, bits of water?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ice cubes.
Technically.
Alright.
Water.
Well, we're dragging our feet here, so let's do this.
Alright. Which way would you like to go, group?
Right. Going
Onward.
east.
So then we're pushing onwards. It's what it sounds like a couple of people want to do.
we'll need to be very careful if you want to do that.
If we find that the next door is not a dead end, then we should go back.
Agree.
Agreed.
Sounds fair.
Let's do it.
Yep.
I love it. Unanimosity.
Nanimosity.
Boop. You find yourselves in front of a familiar double door. This one, of course, as is thematic with this area, made of stone. But it has a very out of place gold handles on it, levers that seem to be able to be depressed. And up here, you can, of course, see the stone which crushed two of your members. You notice that it is covered in blood, and there seems to be, like, jagged and bent metal compressed on the side of it. Like perhaps armor or weapons from someone.
Well, they're not mine.
Raiken checks his armor and weapons.
Nope, you're fine.
Is one of us an illusion?
Vendar's gonna go forward to examine it.
Okay.
Well, I talked to everyone, so everyone's here.
Is it identifiable what weapons they are?
They appear to be very obviously mundane because they're bent and destroyed. From this distance, it could be a long sword or a scimitar and some pieces of plate armor.
Hmm.
Roll
The
your
only person who got hit was Lara Mendes.
roll your investigation there, Vendar.
Raiken.
$13.
13. Okay, so you spend about a minute examining what of this boulder you can, finding that you can
My
crawl.
passive investigation is 16.
Okay, then we'll go with that. 16. You spend about a minute investigating this boulder, finding that you can crawl under it at the lower corners, and you pick at the metal bits that you see. You find that there is among the broken armor, there are broken bones and dried skin, and you conclude that there were probably more mummies here that got run over by the stone as it went by.
Nice.
That's good.
Gross. I hate
Took
this
care of some of the
dungeon.
mummies for us.
Yeah.
There's 2 of us. Can I identify how many mummies?
At a cursory count, well, you investigated. You can tell there are bits of at least 3 there.
Yeah, so there were more mummies died than part of our party did, so that's a win, right? Some part of them hit us.
Triggering the trap
One of
was
them
worth it.
Too bad one of the guys that went down was the tank.
Alright, so, Vendar, do you want to be the one to try the door, or do you want someone else to?
Well, I'll make sure it's not trapped and stuff, but I don't
Alright,
if Yukikaze wants to go through first, that would be better.
I guess.
2 Ewoks are at the door.
Right after you. I need to
You may roll your perception to check for traps, Vendar.
My passive is 25.
Okay. You thoroughly check the door, patting it down, running your finger along the edges, and carefully testing the latches. It doesn't appear to be trapped.
Alright, doesn't look trapped. Like magical.
Alright, I guess I will try the door.
Alright. You jiggle the handle.
Is it locked?
Nope.
I open the door.
You open one of the doors, and it swings in.
What do I see before I enter?
And the floor beneath you just
What's my illusion I see?
You see. Let me do it this way. Let's see here.
Well, everyone can see it, can't they? Because they're looking through the door.
you're very tall.
I'm very tall.
And I am very short.
Tall.
I can maybe see through your legs.
You're very tall, Eva.
Just funny that one of the tallest people in here
Yep.
is an Ewok.
It's the Chewbacca defense.
Boop. There we go.
Pay no attention to the numbers behind the curtain.
I don't super care. They're not
I
gonna.
mean,
They're not gonna
nothing.
mean anything.
Unless it was 39.
They're not gonna mean anything
And then
to
it
you.
would care.
There we go. Okay. So. I don't know where exactly where I need to. Oh, that should be fine. Very well. What you see resembles the oratory chamber from a pyramidal temple like this. Like in the Mummy, where they have the pathway that is bordered on either side by water.
Yeah, I got you.
And then, so this is water. And then there's like a raised platform here.
Yep.
And there you can see that there's like pathway here, and it's lined along, you know, like out here in these areas, with what appear to be soldiers or perhaps armor, it's not clear which, that are holding pikes at attention.
Alright, well, this could possibly be illusion, but alright, guys. And I'll step aside so people can see it. So, I'm entering, right?
You can enter.
Black.
Alright, no disagreement out of this? Alright. Step me through, only one block, I'm not going far in, I'm just going in to see what I actually see when I step in.
Okay, roll your Constitution saving throw.
Do I get Raiken?
No.
Usually, if you pass through the other side, the illusion pretty much cancels it out.
Alright, 23.
23. All right, you managed to hold it together.
Alright.
Excuse me.
You guys realize the way I'm rolling right now, I'm not going to be able to hit shit later, by the
Yeah, 20, 20, 17.
way.
We just need to make sure there's no combat in this session, and then you'll be fine.
Yep. Alright, so has my illusion changed, Tristan? Since I
Yes.
stepped through?
As you step into the illusion, of course, it fades to black and then fades back in, which is nauseating, but you handle it like a champ. As it fades back in, you find yourself in the grand foyer of what looks to be a mansion. It is 2-story atrium here, and back here, between what was the two waterways, you see instead there's a grand staircase leading to a platform, which then leads to 2 more staircases up to the upper floor balcony, and there are lots of rooms around that.
So doesn't seem to be any enemies that I can see at the moment. Looks pretty clear. I see a lot of doors, but I don't know if they're actual doors or not. So
Yeah.
the illusion is like, I'll describe what Tristan described to everyone else.
Mhm.
So are we gonna search this area or go back?
Oh, if there's doors.
Then it's not a dead end. We should go back.
If they're real,
That's one of them.
You didn't include, did you include Ash in the telepathy?
yes.
Oh, okay. Couldn't remember. Like, wait, he can't actually hear anything that's being talked about.
Yeah, because you had said that it could be cast on him.
Hmm.
And
Yeah, he counts.
You
like,
would-
he rides
he
this
would-
weird line between item and creature.
He
He's like
would
a-
hate that because he'd be like screaming Vecna, Vecna, because he's not hearing what's going on.
Probably not be a big fan.
I would like to determine if any of the doors are actually real before we decide that we should either continue pursuing or no longer pursue this particular path.
And the reason why I feel that they might not be real is because it's like the inside of a house, so and we're inside the ruins, so the layouts kind of seems funny to me.
And the last house we were in didn't have a functional door. It did have a
Yes.
very nice wall, though.
So alright, so we gonna search this then? If so, get your butts in here. I'm not searching this alone, just in case any worst case scenarios.
Let's see how poorly I rolled. That was not as poor as
I have
it
a
could
bad feeling about this.
That is.
The way it works is you get Raiken's bonus if you're on the same side of the portal when you go through. So So if Raiken had already gone through and then you went through, you would get the bonus?
That's been a tough one. I haven't actually made sure to do it the same way every time. I mostly just negated the bonus if you were transferring.
It's an unsavable bonus.
It's just that during transfer it doesn't work. For everything else, as long as you're on the same side of the door as him, you're fine.
Okay.
I got a 14.
You got a 14?
I'm moving away from the door so people can get in and not trip
You're
over
fine.
me.
Okay. I also take a step to the north so I'm not in the doorway in case anyone comes in and vomits.
Okay.
Same here. I'm moving.
What?
I know. Again.
I don't want to die again.
You don't have a say.
Well, I'll head through and obviously not stop because I can't.
Good. I got an 8.
I wonder if that's gonna build muscle strength for you.
No, I'm probably just gonna give myself a level of exhaustion at some point, but I'm gonna take these boots off as soon as we're out of here. And never put them on again.
Indeed. There we
You've
go.
ripped every tendon in your leg.
Alright, so sorry. You went through and then just kept on moving. So, what was your roll? I forgot.
19.
19. You're good. Yeah, you're fine. Alright, who's next?
Didn't Mentor go through?
Vendar. Did I not grab him? Right. Vendar, did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled. I had used my inspiration. I got an 18.
Okay. You're fine then. It sucks. You hate this, but you make it through without puking up all the water that
Rolfie.
just give it to you.
Okay, then I'm gonna close my eyes and walk through.
Okay.
It's a constitution, right?
Yeah, you can have advantage.
Oh,
That
okay.
works.
Well, I got 17, so...
17. Alright. You feel like that affected you less than usual.
I guess I'll go through then.
Alright.
Share that knowledge.
Since we just decided all of us, we'll just go through.
Okay. I guess not, Vendar, sorry.
Got an 8.
Never mind. Get back here. We're just gonna color this one green. Yeah.
We're not gonna have anything left to throw up.
How about you, Jebel?
I'm the last to go through, am I?
Aye.
I got a 9.
I'm gonna move out of the way.
Now we're just gonna color this one green too.
Getting away. Want to move down, meet up with Cyrus, who's running in circle.
Running in circles, jogging in place, pacing, you know, the usual.
The
Jumping jacks.
huge. Jumping jacks. I just cannot find an image that I actually want.
That's not good.
No. It's bothering me. And I could use that, but it's just not what I want.
Look up Of Noble Family, the book.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Oh, I like that one. That one's not bad. How do I'm gonna just checking to see if there's any I like better, quickly. But that one's a good one.
I meant with that the cover of the book.
What's the cover look like?
I'm pulling it up.
Okay. Is it better than that? Because that's pretty good. I would use that for the wedding.
Okay.
That's a good one for the wedding. For now, this one will do. But yes, thank you.
Right.
Grab this. Alright, let's try and put this in here. Boop! Little big. Little big. And now it's so tiny as to not make a difference. I put... Oh gosh. No, that's a bad move. Don't do that! Alright. We'll put her there. I think enough might be visible. I can always do this. Boop. Okay. That's a nice one. That's a nice one, too. It's not the one I want for this scene.
Okay.
But that one, if you can tell me what you searched.
Black girl in a big dress. It's the name of a YouTube series.
Oh, okay.
It's really, really funny, and everyone should watch it, by the way.
Oh, okay. In any event. So I made that icon large, not because she actually takes up that much space, but just so that the attire can be appreciated. Because I've been basically just describing what these illusions have been like using the terms Victorian and Regency, which people might not understand quite well what time period and what style that actually refers to.
Oh, I understand it very well.
Some people don't. So, as you all enter here, you are going to notice voices from up the stairs. And it seems to be two women speaking. They both have very similar accent. The way they speak seems to very much mimic the way the mummy that was fighting you, that Cyrus killed with his time stop ability. It's the very same accent, or a very similar accent. I think that Alex had called it a cowboy accent.
Maybe. Sounds like me.
That sounds like something I would do.
Yes.
It was like Alabama or something?
No, it was kind of. Was it? It sounded.
I wouldn't
So, like,
necessarily
Georgia?
call Alabama as cowboy.
That's very much like out on the ranch, kind of.
Really, it sounded more a southern gent, like landowner.
Yeah. To me, it did.
You know, like Georgia.
Georgia?
So, she's going to appear on the stairs. And she's going to begin... She stops on the stairs and seems to be addressing someone at the top. And they appear to be talking about preparations for some event. This person seems to be flippant about it. They seem to have intention to go out and do something unrelated, and the person they're speaking with is unhappy with that decision. But you see them pulling on gloves and straightening their hat and making their way down the stairs while the other person protests.
Do we see both of them?
As she gets to the... I will now shrink her. As she gets to the bottom of the stairs and begins moving toward this door, you will see another person appear. It's not a difficult thing to guess that the other person who appears is their mother. They appear to be a slightly older woman also dark-skinned and well-dressed, and they seem distraught that they can't stop them.
Fair enough.
This person disappears out this door,
What is going on?
and then after a few moments of the person on the stairs seeming to like put their head in their hand, overcome with their distress, the scene resets and begins playing again.
Do these look like the people in the marriage, Larmendus and Cyrus?
Do I
Do they?
recognize either of the women?
Both Larmendus and Cyrus, especially Larmendus because of his excellent memory, can place the face of the younger woman leaving as the bride.
Okay.
The older
So,
woman is definitely not the groom.
do you reiterate
But
that?
also wasn't somebody that I recognized near the front of the wedding?
Yes, though somewhat younger.
Okay. I was gonna say, that would be very sad.
Noticeably for a human.
So, do they seem familiar to you two?
Well, that's the bride, and I guess that's the bride's mother. So that's, well, from our, I guess, guesses, that would be Milich and their mother.
I'm going to go close to the younger one, the bride,
Mm-hmm.
and then as they're talking, I'm going to move towards the mother,
Uh-huh.
and I want to try and perceive if things are less. I want to try and make sure that it's the memories of the bride that are creating this place.
Okay.
And Larmendus
So
wants to
things less
stare.
distinct up there, or like kinds of like more dreamlike. But if you're doing it right, then I guess if you're doing it right, it shouldn't really be because you can fill it in with whatever. But
So,
I wandered away from everyone.
okay, yeah, but Larmendus is able to climb the stairs, no problem.
Yep.
Okay.
You climb the stairs, Larmendus.
While he's investigating that, I'm gonna go to a few of the doors near me and see if any of them just like touch them, see if they're touchable or movable. I'm not gonna
Why is
open
it-
any.
why? I don't know why the room was moving like that.
Earthquake.
That
So just north of me were there any doors along the upper wall, or like I'm just gonna start from the right side and work my way left underneath the staircase.
Yeah, along this wall and beyond. You
It's all
find
wall.
well, no, you find that there are doors, but each one you try appears to be locked.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk up to the stairs
about
So
and
the hand-
admire the scene.
So the handles are grabbable and all that. Okay.
Yeah, but when you jiggle them, they appear locked. Larmendus, as you approach, the woman, it of course gets louder as you get near her. And then as you get close and begin to move past her, she actually stops. And the scene does not play out as it did before. And she looks directly at you. And she looks a bit puzzled at first and says, "Excuse me, sir. Are you here to see mother or father?"
What did you do?
Say something.
Yes, the door had been left open, and I had business with what is her last name? I can look it up on the
Oh, Kavara.
Kavara.
Oh. What's the other one that was thinking?
I don't know about titles.
Oh.
Ash hadn't said anything about a title, right?
No, but he
that
hadn't
she
been
had-
asked either.
That is true.
Come on, you're the
Master
expert on
Bravado.
these. There you go. she blinks at you a moment, and then straightening, pulling one glove on tighter, she says, "Mother, the gentleman about the woods is here to see father, I think."
I smile.
She looks a bit puzzled at you and then smiles and says, "If you'll excuse me."
Of course.
And she begins walking down the stairs. The mother comes to the top and says, "Wait, where are you going?"
To her?
To
or
her,
Okay.
that before seeing you, and says, "Please excuse me and my daughter, sir. I can take you to the master straight away."
Thank you. I hope I wasn't the cause of any distress.
No. Hormones are the cause of those, I believe. Please, right this way.
I will follow her.
She does lead you to this door,
Okay.
and it opens into an office, inside of which you can see a large white ivory desk, and a large window looking out over a section of the city, which is particularly green, with a man in a very fine smoking jacket with a pipe of the same complexion as the others, of course.
Good man. The illusory mother is still there.
She
It has not
goes
reset?
into the room.
Okay.
You are free to make your assumptions about how this illusion works.
Do I want to go in?
I don't know. I will note that as you are making this decision, Lady Kuvra is making her way to the door. Music.
Got much louder now.
It is a slightly louder portion.
I'll go in.
Okay.
I will put my hand out first
Mm-hmm.
to see if it is a wall.
It is not a wall.
Okay.
Your hand does enter the room, and according to your perception, it does enter the room with the man behind the desk.
Okay. Shall I roll?
You may.
That is a 19.
Okay. You step into the room. Now, the rest of you see Laramentis, especially those who are, further out, see Laramentis disappear up the stairs, and then you hear a door open. He thanks someone, the owner of the mother's voice, and then Lady Kubra reaches the far door, and there's that sudden shudder, and she disappears, and you can hear the conversation from before starting a third time.
Did the mother seem any less distinct to me or anything when I was playing out things differently than it seemed to have done in memory, or no? I can make a roll. If you
Why
want.
don't
It's
you
also-
make an intelligence saving throw?
She was completely natural.
What did you get?
I got bad. I got that is less. I got a 13 because I rolled a 4.
As you think about this and ponder on it, you feel sudden boost to your mental facilities. You're not sure of the source. You may roll a second time.
Let's use a different d20 because that one has betrayed me. That's a 14 because I got a 5.
This strange momentary boost to your mental facilities does not help. She seemed completely natural.
Yep.
It did not have the easily distinguishable indistinctness
Yeah.
that the previous memory had. This one was much more convincing.
I do feel that it would be reasonable for her to be able to just imagine how her mother is interacting with guests, because she would have done it. But still leaving in doubts. Although the mother, the front of the party was far enough away at the wedding that it seemed less feasible that one of them would have been.
It just
The
seems like a
source of
different sort of
things?
illusion.
Yeah.
Like the party was completely intangible and nobody responded to you being there, ghosting through you.
Right. I'm not asking about that. I'm asking the source of the memory
Mm-hmm.
for the party had been somewhat either one of the two of them, one of the clerics. Had the front of the party been close enough that it could have been somebody at the front?
It's possible, but you did enough investigating to pretty much narrow it down to the
Okay.
bride, the groom, or one of the two clerics.
Okay, so I'm fairly confident that
You're confident that the mother is not the one
Cool.
generating the
Interesting.
illusion. Now, I have placed you in the next room, but I want to give the rest of the group the chance to decide on an
He's
action.
like, wait.
So, rest of the group, you know that Laramendus went onto the stairs. The illusion seemed to interact with him.
which did very visibly surprise him.
And then he disappeared up the stairs to you are not sure where, but you could hear that he was going to be taken to see someone. And then a door opened.
Can you still telepath?
Are you asking me something?
Yeah, it's like you went through a door. What's going on?
I didn't feel that it would be prudent to be up on top of the stairs when the illusion reset.
So what's on the other side of the door?
The voice in the sky has not yet said anything to me.
It's filled in.
Okay. So, you step through the door. You rolled a 19, so you feel fine. But you do not find yourself in the office you saw through the doorway. This is not entirely surprising, since it has happened so many times. You do find yourself in what appears to be a very upscale bedroom. There is a 4-poster bed on the wall to your left. Each of the pinkish tiles is a plush cushion like an ottoman or an armchair scattered about the room in various positions, each one slightly better for reading than the last. There is a tall bureau that stands, or not a bureau, wardrobe, excuse me, that's what I wanted. A wardrobe that stands open, billowing, bursting with dresses and fancy clothes, with the doors just hung with hats and gloves and tassels and ribbons. There is a large vanity desk with a mirror on it and a candle to each side of the mirror. And then there are the two smaller ones were individual coat racks, each layered with manteaus and petticoats and things that are more suited to colder weather than here. They seem quite out of place given the desert, but they are undeniably upscale and fancy. This is clearly a woman's bedroom. Or
Is there a
girl's.
window? Are we still in the desert?
Yes, there are 2 windows. Two window walls, I should say. 2 walls that have windows. The bed wall and the vanity wall have windows. You appear to be on the 2nd, perhaps 3rd story of a large building, and it seems to look out over several smaller buildings, and then you can see that beyond those there's a sort of a downslope, and then more of the city expanding away. You're not capable of seeing either of the lakes, so either it's too low and you can't see them past the buildings, or it's the lakes are on a different side, but you definitely feel like you're still in the Empire of the Four Queens.
Okay.
Somewhere in the city.
Cool. I appear to be in a bedroom. I certainly hope that the owner does not also walk through the door. That will be much harder to explain than saying that I just walked into their house because the door was open and I needed to see the master.
The air is perfumed. It smells nice. And you can see a gathering of cosmetics on the vanity. Should you feel the need.
Are there any books on the chairs that might have been being read? You said that they looked comfortable for reading.
They do look comfortable for reading, and 2 of them do have books folded on the seat. One kind of tucked into the upholstery, as it's much thinner. The thicker novel appears to be a copy of Beauty is in the Eye of the Beholder.
Always a classic.
I like that.
Clearly, it's been around for a while. The one tucked into the upholstery, if you're going to pluck it, is a companion to Beauty is in the Eye of the Beholder, with diagrams.
Well then.
Oh my.
Quite the rare text indeed, I think.
It is one you did not know existed.
One I did not need to know existed. I'm not conveying. You do hear a like telepathic. Oh. But and then a slight cough, which is very weird telepathically.
I think I've seen all I need to see.
I'm going to go around and see if there's anything else I can, like, opening drawers and things of that nature, if there's anything else I can decipher that might be of use here. Is my reflection there? And do things look weird?
In the vanity?
Yeah.
Yes, your reflection does appear in the vanity. There doesn't appear to be any distortion. Everything here seems eerily realistic. As if, perhaps... Roll insight.
I'm okay at those. Which is what I thought when I was rolling intelligence saving throws. I'm not terrible at that. I got a 22.
22. It is likely that this was a purpose-built illusion, much like the wedding, a place to go.
Yeah.
but unlike the wedding, rather than a place to witness, just a place to be. You have spent several moments in here and no recording has played out. No memory has become apparent. It just seems to be an interactable room. And it is a pretty short line to draw to say it was probably the owner of the illusions.
Does the design of this space look like it belongs in the house that I had come in through? As if it was a different part of the house? Or does it look like it's probably a different building?
That house was very large, but... Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That room. This house?
Yes.
Sorry.
Does it look
I was
like
thinking
this is...
about the room at the very beginning of the illusion.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm saying, yeah,
Yes.
this
It-
room
it
looks
does-
like
it does
was
look like it
probably
would-
her room in the house that I stepped through.
Probably.
Okay, cool. I think that I've probably learned everything I will from spending the time in there. While I've been spending time there, I haven't been communicating unless I've been being asked questions, but I did make clear that I was going to investigate in here. Was anyone else doing anything?
Now that you've gotten your answer, Vendar, is there anything you want to do out there? That illusion does seem to keep replaying, and as long as nobody, keeps replaying the way that it did the first time, not the way that, Laramendus influenced it.
An illusory Laramendus just keeps interrupting and...
You're part of this place forever now.
It would be horrifying.
Vendor will look around at the other doors, see if any of them are real.
Okay, well, all of them appear to be real. They look real and they feel real, but they are all locked.
Okay.
With your... I only heard Ukum, so I assume you said, can I unlock them?
With my magic lockpicks.
You may use those. Each time that you pull out your magic lockpicks to wave at a door along this wall and the other that Yukikaze was investigating, the wall seems to suddenly grow slate gray and then fade into the wall.
Does it stay that way?
Like, it disappears so that there's just blank wall now.
Yeah, and when I move on to another area, does it go back to the way it was, or does it stay a blank wall?
It stays a blank wall.
To destroy the illusions?
It seems to be altering them.
I'm gonna walk around the wall and just wave it at all the walls and see if it just destroys the illusion and all of them.
Okay. By the end of this, the only doors remaining in the room are the ones you came through, and this one marked over here, unless you're going upstairs. Are you going to go upstairs?
Interact with the illusion.
If you go upstairs, you can bet you'll have to interact with the illusion.
Do it. This is not Laramendus. This is Sam inside your head.
Okay, I'll go upstairs.
Those also disappear, except for this one. And as you walk up the stairs as Lady Kuvara is coming down, she seems to step back in surprise, seeing you on the stairs ahead of her, and says, "Excuse me, sir, what are you doing inside our house?"
I will pretend to have a southern drawl and I will make up a story
Alright.
of why I'm there.
Alright, you may roll deception. And performance, I guess.
So I got an 18 deception. And performance.
Yeah. Performance. I didn't hear the number if you said one.
I got an 18 perception or deception and a
Okay.
22 on performance.
22. Okay, so you actually pull off an impressively good rendition of their accent, and convince her that you were called to the home by her mother to look into a small animal believed to be living in one of the walls that you wish to find for them.
Okay.
And she turns to her mother and says, "Mother, it seems the man you called to exterminate the beast in the wall is here." And then she continues down the stairs and out the front door, much as she did when Laramendus interrupted her. And the mother will come to the top of the stairs, and in a similar drawl, so, "Oh, stars, I've been waiting too long for you. Come on, it's this way." And she will lead you up to another door, like door here, and open it. And beyond, you can see what looks to be like a guest bedroom. It's severely under-decorated as compared to the rest of the place.
It's where they stick the guests they don't like.
A real door?
I mean, she opened it, and you can see a room beyond.
My hand out in an attempt to slowly cross to the doorway.
Your hand strikes a wall. And she smiles as you step forward and says, "I'll be in the master's room. When you're done, come find me." And she walks away.
Go around upstairs with my magic lockpicks on the walls.
By the time you're done, this is the only door remaining.
I think it's the dead end. But I figured out a way to map out these illusions.
So, Tristan, does the illusion girl always look very troubled? Well, in all the scenes.
Every time it plays out, the the woman who I've placed an icon for doesn't seem terribly troubled. As I said, she just seems like she doesn't care about what she's being told and wants to leave, and does so. Her mother seems very troubled by her leaving.
Trying to say, well, I'm gonna. And it looks like she's going out front doors when she leaves, right? Or
It does seem to be a door to the outside.
hey guys, I'm trying to think of. I'm wondering if I can get on the path of the illusion if it will interact with. The It didn't interact with you at all once they were coming down the stairs, right? Talking telepathy while you're doing your thing. You got a second, Laramendus? Yeah.
I'm trying to interpret the question. When I was there to interact with the illusion, it interacted with me.
Was it only at the top of the stairs, or did it interact, or seem to notice you as you were going up the stairs?
I think it was as soon as I went to pass by her. Wasn't it?
Yeah, she seemed to feel your presence. It's possible that she had been too distracted talking to her mother to notice you ascending the stairs. Plausible.
Whether it was me being particularly close to her, or just her being reasonably distracted, I'm not sure. But I would not have been surprised if someone in that situation had not noticed me until then.
Or I will wait for the illusion to reset
Mm-hmm.
and go to where the door is,
Okay.
and kind of be in the way, like it looked like I was entering.
Okay.
Want to see if she noticed me as she comes up to the door.
Yes. The illusion resets, and she has her conversation, she descends the stairs. As she begins descending, she makes eye contact with you as you stand there, waiting in her doorway. And she maintains eye contact as she approaches, and then finally stops a few feet away, and then looking you up and down, seems to wait a moment before saying, "And what can I do for you today, sir?"
Oh, I'm just here to see the master. Is everything okay? You seem to be. There seems to be some trouble. Pardon my asking.
She actually sort of, her gaze upon you darkens, and she simply pushes past you, passing through the wall where there was a door before Vendar blew it away.
She not like that kind of. I already like that question. Okay. I'll move aside so I don't interact again. I want to think.
Oh no. She like went around you and then out.
No. I'm stepping aside because I don't want to keep interacting with the illusion.
Okay.
No, I want to step back because I want to think for a second.
Sure.
I was trying to. So guys, I was trying to interact with the illusion to maybe get some more, see if there was some interesting information about this particular situation that we could have got from the illusion.
It's
But
possible her mother.
ooh, maybe we could interact with the mother and ask her why her daughter is upset or leaving and they're upset.
What had Vendar said?
Yeah, I didn't understand Vendar.
A magical lockpick at the floor, and will it make that illusion disappear?
You wave your magic lockpicks at the door, at the floor rather. Nothing happens.
There's like a railing or something, right, for the second floor?
Yes.
Railing?
He's just waving it at everything.
He is. He's waving at them at everything. No, nothing seems to happen. The railing remains unchanged. You do not fall through the floor nor create a hole.
Somebody works on fake doors.
Worked on the walls.
Yeah, because there were fake doors on there.
Well, even before the walls, it didn't have fake doors.
So I have a question.
What? No, it only worked on the parts of the walls that had fake doors.
Oh.
Told you.
Okay.
That's what I was asking, and you seem to make it sound like it worked on all of them.
No,
Okay.
I said that you used it on each of the. Okay. So clarify. You
What?
used it on
No,
each of
no,
the. You used it on each of the fake doors, and they just became normal wall. The door itself disappeared, and the only doors that remained were these three throughout the whole room. Now then, Jebel.
Waving on the walls didn't do anything?
No. Jebel.
No,
what-
just the doors.
just the doors. Jebel. What?
I didn't know that.
You're not Jebel.
Yeah, but in character, Jebel says, is it normal to have illusions that talk to people? It's not really an area of my expertise, so this seems strange to me.
As far as I know, I don't care. Like, it's not. The magic wouldn't be unheard of. It would just be extremely difficult. Am I accurate in that assessment? Do you want me to roll something?
You should roll Arcana.
That is a lot. That's a 22.
22. Yeah, you know that, a lot of illusion magic is designed, and enchantment magic is designed specifically to make someone believe something that isn't real. And so it will have enough, depending on how much information the enchanter or the illusionist has about the person they're affecting, it can be very flexible to maintain its realism. What is improbable is the sheer scale of this and the fact that everyone seems to be seeing the same thing. Meaning, it's unclear if everyone's mind is being affected, or if what you're seeing is somehow tangibly created from the mind of someone else.
Which would be a very interesting person to talk to.
Wouldn't they?
If only that was my school of magic. It would just be like, oh, hold on. It's not entirely unreasonable, or unthinkable, rather. I am surprised at the intricate detail, the shared intricate detail, that seems to be everywhere, in every single room that we've been in. The amount of effort to create and sustain something like this is truly outstanding. Whoever did this is a master of the craft. And I am sure many of my old professors would very much like to pick their brains.
We're not bringing them with us. And
That
Jebel's
is
going
fair.
to. Jebel's going to walk towards the bottom of the stairs.
Someone is being arrested.
It does appear that this is a dead end then, if there's no other way out of Lara Mendez' room. There are no other real doors
Not
in
that
it.
I can tell.
This, pretty sure it's a dead end then.
How large was the other, or was there a door into another door into the other room that you had been in? The one with the mirrors?
There were two doors into that room, yes. They were both out into the hallway.
So this door, I'm not aware of this door, am I? Okay.
I don't think that Vendar made it clear that 3 doors remained after he went on his lockpick wiggling tirade.
Well, I only see 2 doors. On the screen, at least.
Oh, I'd go down.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that door.
My bad.
The border, the
That
border
one
you
was-
put on the bottom
It's
for the
because
chat.
it's
Actually,
because
the
of,
opposite of what I meant to say is that this isn't a dead end, there's another exit.
yeah, no, I apologize. So I want you to just quickly understand that I designed that border on my monitor, and so on my monitor it wouldn't have covered up that door, and I didn't realize that on Sam's monitor it does.
Yes, and I was just looking at that map,
Yeah.
so I saw it.
Yeah. My
Well,
bad. That's my fault, and I'm sorry.
I think that leads to mirror room anyways.
I was profoundly surprised. I'm like, what does he mean this is a dead end? There's a door. I've like pointed it out twice. I'm like, oh, he hadn't seen it. Sorry, that's my fault. That's not your fault. You're good. There is this one more door here. This is the only other door that remained after you went wiggling your lockpicks around.
There's
I
one
said that
other.
Jebel moved to the bottom of the stairs.
You're going to move to the bottom of the stairs, Jebel?
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Okay.
That door concerns me.
One other exit in is definitely not to the mirror room, because that one only had 2 exits, and I went through both of them.
That is why it concerns me. It goes that direction, but
Perhaps it enters
there were no doors.
Behind the mirror room.
Don't drink milk.
I assume, Jebel, that you are waiting for the illusion to interact with you.
Yep.
Okay. The illusion plays out much as it did the first time, and as she comes down the stairs, just like when Yukikaze stood in front of the door, she seems to make eye contact with you, having noticed you as she comes down the stairs in your direction. And she stops again a few feet away, like with Yukikaze. And as she does, she kind of adopts a somewhat almost demure facade, and sort of dips her head towards you, and says, "Master Gnome, what business have you with my family today?"
I think a friend of mine was in here.
I'm afraid nobody else has been through today. Did you come to talk to Father about the clocks?
Yes.
He's up in his office. I'm sure you know where it is.
Oh, okay, thank you. My name's Jebel, by the way.
I'm afraid we haven't met then. I mistook you for another. My name is Minuet Kuvara.
That's a nice name.
She, smiles politely and says, "It's very kind of you to say so, sir. If you'll excuse me, I have places I need to be."
Okay, bye.
And she
then
maneuvers
step
around
aside.
you. Yes, she maneuvers around and, okay, you step aside and she walks by and out the door.
So, which one of you wants to ask her about Victoria? Say her reaction.
I'm in.
Yes, it should be the one in the armor emblazoned with the sigils of Korb.
You could say
Absolutely.
that.
I don't like this. If this is an illusion created by the Lich, what if the Lich gets all this information they're giving her?
We're not giving information, we're fetching information.
Well,
We're
he
learning
just,
right
he just
now.
let her know his name is Jebel.
So,
I
it's
might be
a-
lying.
It is his catchphrase.
What's your catchphrase?
Seriously?
I am Jabal.
Anyway, I think we should move on.
Before asking about Victoria?
No. We should probably ask, but I don't think they'll take kindly to the person who can't stop moving.
At least you're not a drow.
You could say you're
Stop.
you could say you're a delivery man and you're always in a hurry. And tell me
Okay,
you're not
Reverend
sure.
Mongo.
Either way, yeah.
Tell them you have a telegram for Victoria and it was delivered to or posted for this address.
A what?
Yeah, seriously, what are you talking about, man?
Find a message. I don't
He's
know.
got an email for her.
Yeah, I forgot.
He comes in and is like, "You got mail."
Well, they would have sent letters to places, right?
Yes, yeah,
Messages.
mail or a message, a reasonable thing is to be bringing to someone. So, is anyone going to do that?
Raiken should. He's been sitting around doing nothing, throwing
Okay.
up on the floor. Oh, why did you do that?
Is
Now
it
he's
really
stuck
wise?
in it.
Come on. I would not step in the puke. Come on. Oh, and now I'm fat.
Is it wise to have Carver go talk to person
And make-
that doesn't
Considering
like
we wish to
Lord?
gauge her reaction,
Yes, I think that is exactly why you should do it.
Yeah, and since when has wisdom been a purview of this party?
If I die, I'm gonna fucking haunt all of you. Haunted.
Hey, this is a damn powerful illusion.
I don't like this. She's a little illusions and lies. How can we even trust that whatever information she's giving here is true?
Well, that's for us to discern, because even if it's a lie, that means that the opposite would be true.
Not necessarily, but
Not
trying to
necessarily.
determine why
still
one
gain
is
insight.
lying can be useful.
There you go.
I still don't like this.
Stairs.
You're going to the stairs, Raiken?
Yep.
Alright.
If I'm going up the stairs, I'm going to find the only door left up there.
Yeah, there's only one door up there. Are you going up
I'm
there?
gonna have a look and see what's in there.
Okay. I mean, remember that the illusion reacts to you, so, like, Raiken begins ascending the stairs, and you just sort of skirt around him, and, like, jog up the stairs, like, turning the corner, past her, around the bend, and over here, and you kind of run into, like, standing in front of the door is an older, dark-skinned woman who seems to be talking distressedly at her mother again. As you go past, you are going to hear Minuet call out and say, "Excuse me, Master Gnome, is there something we can help you with?"
I'm here for the clocks.
She seems to dismiss this and begin walking down the stairs. The mother's quite distracted and says, "Is it that day already?" Well, she steps back from the door here and says, "The master's right through this door. He should have the clock ready for you to take a look at. Probably."
Okay, excellent.
As you step through, you hear her mutter, "We weren't expecting you today." You can roll your con.
A gnome is neither late nor is he early. He arrives precisely when the clock tells him to.
He is not Gandalf.
No, Gandalf didn't say anything about clocks.
It's a good thing that Larmendus has prestidigitation. That's a 7.
So, that companion book, that first edition, you've never seen it before, and you will likely never see its like again.
Was miraculously saved through the selfless actions of the elf throwing himself in the way.
Oh!
It's a fucking book.
You see him totter through at knee-high, clutching his stomach, going, "Oh, that was bad!" You selflessly and disgustingly.
I'm gonna roll a con save.
You should. I don't know what he ate.
That's a 9. Just gonna.
You're both coded.
Is the book okay?
The book's fine.
Excellent. This is.
I didn't see tonight going this way, but here we are. Jebel stumbles into the room and harks at the book. Larmendus defends it by throwing himself in the way, taking the vomit on his clothing, and then becoming sick himself on Jebel. There you have it. That is the summary. They threw up on each other, and I hope I never have to describe that again.
In all fairness, I'd probably get like his knees.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just coated. It is right on top of your head.
I'm going to prestidigitate myself and Jebel And
Thank you.
the Shez.
You prestidigitate the two of you. Hey, Jebel.
Yeah.
Your favorite eyebrow tastes a little weird.
Lovely. I'm going to say out loud. Let's not tell anyone about this.
I adjust my clothing and say, about what?
We just threw up on each other.
I look up.
Poor sweet innocent Jebel.
And I'm like, I am aware.
I imagine Jebel looks up as well.
Yes, I was beginning the charade.
There is a ceiling up there, and there is a somewhat of a small chandelier hanging from it. It's not large or terribly ornate, but it has 5 locations for candlesticks to be set. Hung a distance away from the ceiling, though you can see darkened spots above each of these staining the ceiling. Back to Raiken, as Jebel pushes past you, interrupting the illusion and disappearing through the door. You will hear a masculine voice say, "Ah, Master Gnome, you're finally here. I had been requesting that somebody help me with these and it just seems so out of place given the surprise the others had shown to his appearance." Minuet begins heading down the stairs, and she's looking you up and down as she does. Do you have anything other than your shield that displays the symbol of Cord?
I don't think his shield does.
My
displays
shield's
the
not
purple orb.
even.
Do you have anything on you that displays the symbol of Cord?
I can't remember if I got my armor with the symbol or not. Like,
Fine.
We found an armor in this dungeon that was of course.
but I didn't. This would have been like back in the past, like after I gave. I put my old armor back on.
Right. Did it have... I mean, like, you carry a symbol with you, right? Is it visible? Does the armor...
Well, the symbol that I use is on my old shield.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember if my old armor also had cord on it.
So, I guess this is leading me to an uncomfortable question, which is, without your old shield, how are you casting spells that require you to have a symbol?
Good question.
Forgot he needed it.
Without
True,
holding...
I forgot we needed it because you gave me a different shield.
Do we need to make another trip back to the armory now?
Can we say that my armor has the symbol on it?
I mean, I do
Cord
believe
armor
that
in there.
it would be within the abilities of the craftsman who you commissioned to make your new shield to make it into a holy symbol.
Let's go with that.
Okay. It does actually have a holy symbol of Cord emblazoned upon it. Is it in your hand or on your back?
Probably walking through, I'd want to be ready, so it'd probably be on me, I'd be holding it.
Okay, what about your weapon?
I wouldn't necessarily have my weapon out, though.
Okay. Well, then a look of concern crosses her face, and she stops before you. The concern growing deeper. As she was walking toward you, she momentarily looked back toward the gnome, and she says, "Good day, Sir Dragonborn. What news have you? Is it of? Do you have news from the temple? For me?"
Yes. or brings news, and I will.
She looks
Random
even more
voice.
concerned than ever.
I will say some hopefully good lie.
You should roll your hopefully good lie as deception.
Deception. It's not terrible.
Huh?
We gave you so much time to come up with a lie.
Oh wow.
Got a 20.
You got a 20. Okay.
Been able to level
you rattle off some, holy prophecy about how lovely her day's going to be because the strength of Cord will see her through, and she seems to let out her held breath and say, "Oh, forgive me. I was worried you had ill news from the battlefields."
Not at all. So far have been nothing but good news for us.
We don't terribly often see, dragonborn knights around these parts.
Yes, I'm an oddity, but there's always the chance there's one, and as you can see, that's the truth.
Indeed. Why then is it, sir, that you have come to seek me out, if it does not strictly pertain to the Church of Cord or, its warriors?
Damn it, I ain't interested.
Forgive me for making you roleplay.
Are we in earshot, like in this room? Can we hear what he's talking about?
Yes,
Telepath to him, we can tell him what to say.
you can telepath. That will last a little while yet.
Well, to be honest, I am.
One more time, you're breaking up.
I'm trying to.
He's
Well,
trying to
okay. I'm gonna quickly telepath to Lara Bendis. Does she look the age where she would have known Victoria at this point?
Just speak as though
I
she
thought
does.
that-
Human.
Well, wasn't it clear that the mother is older now than she was? Yes. I thought I had mentioned that when I guess I didn't. This is after they got married. No?
No. The mother is younger now.
Oh, the mother
than-
is younger now.
She was older
No.
at the wedding.
Oh, she was older at the wedding.
Yes, I thought that's why you asked if she was even there,
Okay.
because she might have been dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I
So what I was saying
this is
was that
before.
yes, this is before the wedding.
Okay.
By at least a few years.
Okay.
Given your guesses about how, or your experience with
Yeah.
how humans age, not guesses. Maybe.
It is reasonable that she could know her, I suppose.
Because they were in their early 20s in
Yeah.
the wedding, so she'd be a teenager now.
If she knows her and see what happened.
My
yes,
Discord message
I'm
is not-
actually
not a good
here.
thing for him to say at this point.
With a message from the battlefields from a. And I'll gauge her reaction.
Repeat the line you're going to say to her for me. I'm sorry.
I have a message from a Victoria.
She looks incredibly puzzled at you and says, "A Victoria?"
Yes. Yes, I was told it was for a
Victoria's like the commander of the army.
Victoria.
Oh my goodness, this is what we get.
I don't know.
Try this and try again.
You're fired.
I'm sorry, I'm just a lowly Raiken on the
I'm but a scrub.
in the army.
I would
Paladin
imagine that
sword.
even the lowest of soldiers in Kord's army in these parts would be quite well familiar with the high rank of their commander, Victoria Somerset.
Oh.
So I assume it is not from her, if it's from a Victoria and not the Victoria.
Exactly, it was a different Victoria.
You
Obviously,
vex me,
everything
soldier. Please, quickly, what is the message? I do have things to do today.
This Victoria said
Give you the
That-
court armor.
this Victoria said, the commander, pressing forward, have defeated others. This is why I didn't want to do this.
Then you can pass the congratulations of my house on to the commander.
I shall do that. Leave.
And I will be looking at him from over the banister, just slowly clapping at him. That was a wonderful performance.
As you clap at him as he walks away, Minuet is gonna look over at you and say, "Excuse me, sir, how did you get over there?"
I'm taking care of a pest up here for your mother.
I don't remember you coming
Yeah.
in, but very well. She seems utterly flustered and begins to leave toward the door that Raiken is now just standing in front of a blank wall. Are you gonna go back over to your vomit?
Yes.
Okay.
There was vomit.
And the scene resets. So, any other tests we need to perform on this?
I think it's going to be hard to beat that one.
Yeah, I think we peaked there.
Well, we could have acquired. We could have like said, well, Victoria sends a message that the court armor needs to be moved and see if she had. If this was
Is
the time.
Victoria wearing the court armor?
Is Victoria the one that was wearing it? Okay, I got mixed up. Who was the one that?
Or is the champion of Cord?
I mean,
Okay.
none of you have seen anybody wearing the cord armor so far.
It's true.
In the story that she was the champion of Cord and she used the power of the armor to.
Yes, there was a story. There was a story about that. Yeah.
But if this was
Not the
before
champion
their
of the armor.
wedding,
Hold on. I want to know. I want to let him finish. Could you repeat the end of your statement there, Vendor?
So it seems reasonable that the champion would have the armor.
It does. This is before the wedding.
To be fair, since this was before the wedding,
So she wasn't wearing
really
the
have
armor at the wedding.
known that she would have been commander at that point.
I don't know how long she was commander before she was champion.
Know more about her than anybody else.
Me as a player, I don't know when this takes place, so I can't just automatically be like knowing
The,
years. So she must be commander at this point.
we do now know that whatever point this was, so she was commander of the army before they were married.
And now
we
we
also
have more
know that she
information.
was the champion of Cord at their marriage.
Maybe shit for
But
not
she
knowing.
might not have been the champion now. Perhaps she proved herself in some battle and gained that honor between now and then. Then and thener.
Could always ask the illusion and find out. We could just continue testing, and the more information we find out, the more convincing we would be able to be.
Am I the only one that's curious what happens if we attack the illusion?
Please do not.
I want to see what happens if they're like not friendly.
Considering we have interacted with the illusion and she is a fairly powerful mage, I would not be interested in seeing if she is capable of retaliating.
That is a good
fair
point.
If you, after hearing that, are still interested, I would say that everyone else should leave the room, and you should also leave the room and not do that.
NPCs can't have job classes. They're just NPCs. Squishy bags of XP.
Run, my little packets of XP, run! How much experience do I get from a farmer?
Lose 50 experience.
I got his boots!
We should take these.
So yes, please do not attack the wizard in their own home. We are already planning on doing that, and it is not a good idea then, and it will not have been a good idea now. So, is there any other information that people would like to glean from this interactable illusion, or shall we go back to the vault proper?
Poor Raiken.
I guess go back. I have nothing I can think of.
What is the other
Larry
door?
Mendes is unaware of that door.
It's true. Is Raiken gonna ask that in character?
Yes.
What did Raiken ask?
What is behind the other door?
Other door?
I didn't see the other door.
Exit downstairs. Three doors in this room. The one you're left in, the one we came in, and then the one we haven't been through.
Then let's
Oh.
open the door then. You're the door opening guy. Come on.
Okay, I'll go to the door.
Are you just gonna leap down off of the balcony? So you don't have to deal with the illusion?
It will sound like something he would do, but he is at disadvantage on dex saves.
On dex
On-
saves, but this is an
On the
acrobatics
next
roll.
one. Get it out of the
Yeah,
way
he'll be
before it's a problem.
done.
Yeah. So, make an acrobatics check.
Uh, 17.
Okay. You vault over the banister and land nimbly on your toes, tuck and roll, and then spring up and pat yourself in the back, mimicking small cheers as you strut away toward this door. Vendor's the best. Vendor's great. That was amazing.
Okay. Door, because it would have already been unlocked for my lockpick.
Yep, it is definitely unlocked. It is a double door. I need to open up my other.
Make sure it's not trapped, I suppose, or quite.
I hope it's not trapped. Roll it. Actually, you 25. There's no trap.
And I'll push open the door.
Okay.
Sure, can be trapped on the other side of the door.
I open the door, and then just a stream of fire pours through.
I thought that might happen. There we go. Let's see. Alright, can you see that? Yeah, that, like, just perfectly barely fits in there.
Yeah.
Really.
Booyah.
As you open this door, from this side, you look out and you see a sunlit stable yard, with horses that are, pawing at the ground with their hooves and whickering. Ha! I use that word. It's quiet.
There are
but you-
horses in a stable in this fly.
Yep, and you can see other people dressed similarly to the women you've interacted here. Very well dressed, very high society. It has got to be somewhat uncomfortable in the hot, sunny weather, but they don't seem to notice.
Does anybody else want to go through this?
I'll come with.
Okay. Boop, boop. He, like, literally just starts, like, circling, orbiting around you.
I'll rejoin you as slowly as quickly possible.
And both of you get to make your con saving throws.
Yay!
I got a 14, a 14.
Okay.
I got a 24.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and say you're both fine. It's not pleasant, and honestly, Venar, it's getting real damn old for you, but at least you managed to keep it together.
Maybe eventually I'll just get used to it.
That's not how this works.
Tell yourself that.
You gotta eat through the pain.
What's
Alright.
The pain, though? More pain.
An immunity, right?
Oh, yeah.
How'd it work with the purple worm poison? Oh, wait. No one's dumb enough to try it.
Okay, that pain stopped very quickly.
Okay. You hear wind howling, and you feel it blowing around you as you appear on the other side of the door, disgruntled by your teleportation, and you hear among the wind the rattle of grains of dirt and sand and rocks falling and clattering and echoing, and you find, as you regain a sense of yourself, that you are on a sandy precipice, looking into a dark abyss as pillars of sandstone rise from the depths toward a dark sky. You can see stars above you, but you feel like there are too few. Mere dozen or so points of light above you rather than the hundreds of thousands you're used to at night. And below, you feel like you can see a handful of points of light glistening up from the untold depths.
Do they form like a constellation?
You may roll history.
19.
Well, he did better than me. I got a 13.
Okay. Vendar, did you, as a child, have any particular interest in the night sky beyond that it was full of lights? Is this something you would have, as a character?
And he spent a lot of time out in the dark because of his work.
Yeah,
So he liked the dark and the night sky.
it's true. So he'd know how to navigate it. This is a different night sky from, like, you've been told by Laramendis that all the places, outdoors at least, that this seems to represent, happen to be in the Empire of the Four Queens, which is very far from your home in Aspara, it is likely that the sky, the stars here, may be different. However, the constellation that seems to be formed is reminiscent of one that you know. It is the Serpent.
Hmm.
And normally this is, neither good nor evil. The Serpent constellation represents the dichotomy of good and evil. People think of it as it rises from one side as the stars rotate in the sky and falls off the other side, the changing from night into day and from day back into night, from day into night and then back into day. And it represents the struggle between the great dragons, Bahamut and Tiamat.
And you said there were lights coming out of the abyss too. Is it also the serpent?
It appears to be a reflection, which is odd because it does not ripple or move, and you have no way of telling, but it doesn't feel like a reflection on water. It just seems to be a mirror. As though you could fall into the sky by dropping off this ledge.
Can I like try to see if it's really an edge?
Ah, you mean tap at it, try and feel over the precipice with your hand and foot? Yeah. You can move to the edge and feel at it with your hands and feet, testing it. Your foot and hand do seem to fall to nothingness. You find an edge to the ground, and the dirt and sand crumble and fall away beneath your touch, endlessly. It's terrifying, that nothingness into which you would disappear were you to fall.
Like light, something like a match. Like,
Have you got a torch and flint and steel?
I could cast Dancing Lights.
You could cast dancing lights.
lights down there, and you can move those, right? You make them.
Yeah, those are the ones I can move.
How deep this is?
You create 4 dancing lights. And move them down below. They seem to be, as the stars reflected, lone points of light, the luminance of which swallowed up by the immediate and pressing darkness around them. Even as you move them close to the precipice, the surface doesn't appear to illuminate as it should as dirt. It seems to draw in the light. It seems to have an oily blackness or an oily black texture and color to itself. And you notice the same of the sandstone columns jutting up from out of the darkness. They seem only to be stone colored above a certain point, and beneath that they are oily black and not reflective.
Lights below the oily black?
Alright, you can move your dancing lights deeper, and they reveal less, becoming smaller and pitiful, until they're outshone by the reflection of the stars down below.
Alright.
This place is more than just ominous. It seems to devour light and hope.
Well, that's unsettling. I'll be describing things via telepathy as they occur.
It sounds bad. I would go. I would head out if I were you.
Does that sound like any place that I am aware of actually existing?
Really curious to find out what happens if you touch it, but I don't want to touch it.
That is a 16.
Total?
Yeah.
You know where you've been, but you've read stories of the Abyss.
This.
Oh no. No, I'm having flashbacks. I don't like the Abyss. I don't want to be here anymore.
There's nothing here directly correlating to those stories other than the darkness, the vastness, the unfathomability, but none of the denizens are visible. So it's not a perfect guess. It's not well supported, but it is a correlation you could logically draw.
Okay. That's disturbing.
If this is a pass through to that place, you will not want to go.
Yeah. It might be best to leave that
Time to
one
nope
alone.
out of here.
It,
Are you noping out?
Yep.
Are you noping out, vendor?
no, not yet.
Not yet. Alrighty.
for
Cyrus
We'll light
abandons
it.
you.
We'll light it.
Okay, you may light a torch. Cyrus, make your Constitution saving throw.
19.
Okay. It's worse this time, but you managed to hold it together. I'm gonna move you back over toward the group, and we assume that you are running in circles. You have a torch and flint and steel there, Vendar?
There's flint and steel in a tinderbox, right?
Yes. That is what that is for. So you may light a torch. And I assume you are going to then drop the torch?
Into the ooze.
Okay. You light your torch and toss it off the edge, and it falls, slowly rotating, its flame dying very low as the rush of air as it falls grinds it out, and you see this blue and yellow and orange flicker as it shrinks and shrinks and shrinks and vanishes, never seeming to hit any surface below or illuminate anything, seemingly swallowed up by the darkness beneath you.
Huh. Someplace I don't want to go.
You're still there?
I'm not.
I'll leave now.
Okay. Roll your con save.
18.
Okay. You hate this, but you managed to hold it together.
Can we please stop this? It needs to end.
Turn to Jebel and I telepath. So, how do you think Lady Kubara would enjoy if we happen to become ill at the top of the illusion? Because I believe it's time we leave.
Don't do it.
And then I just kind of like, yeah, for the first time, wink.
Indeed.
Let me guess, you just literally say wink, but not actually wink.
This conversation was out loud and not telepathed, that you said?
Oh no, I telepathed.
Oh.
I don't know if Jebel did.
Jebel, was yours telepathic or out loud? Oh, that was telepathic?
Probably telepathic.
So everybody heard you say, yeah, for the first time. Wink.
Jebel, you seem being weird.
Well,
Let's do this.
Step through. I am taking the book with me. I want to know if it's real. I've gone through enough for this book.
You step through. Roll your con save.
That is a 16.
Okay.
I follow. I got a 10.
You.
I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'll just color
you.
this part green. Roll intelligence saving throw.
I thought I was good at those.
You thought you were.
I crit.
Okay.
I got a 29.
Okay. You step through, and the book is still in your hand, unchanged.
Wonderful.
And then Jebel steps through behind you, goes,
Blorp.
and you just hear, I know you didn't just throw up on my carpet.
I prestidigitate.
No, of course not. Wink.
We have found your new catchphrase.
No, you didn't. Wink.
Wink.
Okay.
Are you all right, sir? Master Gnome?
You skirt your way past the illusion. I imagine it does say, you know, excuse me, gentlemen, Master Gnome. What can we? Are you feeling all right?
I'm fine.
I think it would be the best if I take him to seek some attention, but everything is well.
I've been hearing people have been suffering the dysentery lately.
Let's hope it's nothing so serious.
Best of luck to y'all.
Thank you.
Skedaddle away.
You skedaddle. You skedaddle so hard. I watched you try so hard. You got so far.
Am I gonna have to roll an save every single time we pass through one of the walls for my book?
I'm not telling you. But everybody should definitely roll a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 9. That's less good.
So, who are you less pleased with right now? Jebel or Leah?
Let's go with Jebel.
Do you want me to roll a d2?
You mean flip a coin?
It's fine. Jebel, how'd you do on your con save?
Tell you now momentarily. 21.
Okay. You're alright this time.
I did
Until
better than everyone.
Leah, how did you do this time?
Oh, 18.
18.
I'm
Alright. Raiken.
Funny.
20. Alright. You didn't pass through that door, so that's fine. Yukikaze.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Yeah.
Constitution saving throw?
I swear to God, I'm gonna hit or miss every single hit today.
He's rolling too many
26.
20s.
We're getting a
He's
battle.
rolling all 20. He rolled 3 20s on these. God damn it.
Maybe you should have attacked the illusion just to see.
I
I bet you could
know.
have taken her. Maybe she was a student at this point.
Vendar.
Yeah.
What's your con saving throw?
7.
So, who are you least pleased with right now? Raiken, Yukikaze, or Cyrus?
I made lights for you. I was nice.
Let's go with Raiken.
Alright. And Cyrus, you said you rolled well?
I got a 27.
Okay.
If only I had Reckon's bonus, I could have had that magical 30.
Alright. So, Jebel and Raiken, I believe you've both failed. So, in the past, I mean to say. So you're going to need to make...
Fail.
In the past. So you're going to need to make dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. Because that was the effect of failing.
I already had that effect. Do I get a worse effect?
Yeah, you got the additional wisdom fail. Wisdom saving throw disadvantage.
Ugh.
Oh, you've got a cat.
Yes.
So, the Jebel, what's your dexterity saving throw?
At disadvantage.
Yeah.
Alright. That's about 4.
Alright, you get coded. And,
What do I
Raiken.
get? Well, probably wouldn't have been much better with Raiken's thing anyway.
You get sprayed on by Laramendis. So Vendar is looking really ill and throws up in your direction, Raiken. You're going to need to make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage. Can Raiken hear me? Raiken?
Alex.
Where'd he go? Did he die? My stuff is majorly break. No, Alex.
Raiken went Raiken.
That was bad.
Yes.
Okay. I will type it. That's what I will do. You gotta.
So if Jebel's covered in vomit, he's just gonna turn around, like, arms out, you know, like, just dripping, and just turn to Laramendis and just give him the look.
The look. You
They're
know
very,
which
very,
one.
like, there's a very pathetic looking gnome, just with puppy dog eyes.
Do you hear from the smoke? You'll just give me a minute. I can fix that.
Had a smoke onto him.
And then after a moment, you hear a very deep breath, and then prestidigitated.
Falaba, please, sir, can I have some more?
Do I still have the book?
God.
I'll clean Reckon up.
Okay, you may do so. And what is the group's goal at this point, location-wise? Are you just gonna leave
Get
this
out of here.
illusion?
Yeah, I believe
Yes.
we're leaving the purple.
Cool.
So
So-
2 more con saves.
Boo-boo. 1 and 2. It is technically 2 more con saves. That's a lot of
Or
rolling.
3. It's 3.
What the hell is this? Oh, I clicked on the wrong page.
It's
I'm
3
like,
saves.
what is going on here? Alright, so we'll just place you out here. Boop. Whoops. No, it's just 2. The one in here through the wall,
Yeah.
that was a teleportation feeling, but it didn't have a save.
Okay.
By the way, I'd like to be taking the dodge action whenever we go through these, so I have a better chance of getting out of the way of puke.
Okay.
I do believe we should go one at a time and give everyone the chance to vacate the doorway,
Yes.
that we may more safely cross through it.
Yes, you can go about this in a slow, safe manner, and so the road here is rather uneventful. All of the illusions appear much the same as when you went through the first time, until you are back here. And now I am going to make a quick modification. View. So give me just a moment, as I need to make a couple changes here behind the scenes.
So, I will say it's 10.
Yes.
Do we have stops like we did before? Because that seems a reasonable. If we need to stop soon, we.
I would like to, if we
purple
could
area
just...
seems a reasonable thing. Potentially.
Yes. Yeah, I would like to stop as soon as we exited. Because I have to get up. Psychiatry session tomorrow.
That's fine. Just let me finish what I'm doing and describe a thing, and then we can end. Fucking Vendar. Okay. I think that's everything. Yes, that's everything. Alright, so you carefully pass back through the illusions one at a time, revisiting the previous areas, finding that as you get further and further out, the illusion is more and more easily discernible as a fiction, until you finally get back to this room. And as you step out through the door of this rustic home, you all feel the weight of the illusion like dripping off of you almost, and you feel instantly better, just invigorated. If you have your character sheet open, just hit F5. No, but I mean everybody else.
You just turned and looked at me when you said it. So.
Yeah, I know, but I was thinking I do that when I think.
Do what?
If you have your character sheet in D&D Beyond open, just hit F5, hit refresh. You're gonna need to roll an int saving throw.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ken. I'm so tempted to use my inspiration.
What'd you get?
I got a 12.
You once again feel your mind helped by some unknown force.
That one's a 23.
Okay. The book seems to fade momentarily, and then as you watch it
Oh, no, you
distraught,
don't.
you actually see a glimmer on your arm, and it re-solidifies.
Interesting.
The glimmer seems to travel from that ribbon.
Interesting.
Now then. If that's where people want to stop, we can stop right there. You come out and you feel reinvigorated, having left the illusion. Almost like you realize as you step out of the final illusion that some of the wounds and bruises you were carrying with you were illusions themselves that drip away.
And what about the vomit?
No, that's real.
That's real.
Well, then I'm going to.
If you,
spend some
as
time-
the illusion fades away, the like illusory wounds fade away, you feel that the vomit just like sinks deeper into your soul, almost.
I'm gonna say, okay, everybody stand still, and I'm gonna pass around the group and prestidigitate away all the vomit.
Okay. You may do so. And we'll pick it up there next time. Everybody may take 600 roleplay XP.
Yay!
And Raiken can have an inspiration point for trying so hard.
Oh, if only I didn't have an inspiration point before this.
Then give it to someone else and take it.
Give it to
How much
me
did you
and
say?
just use it to not throw up and throw up out
600.
later anyway.
600 XP. You got that, Malachi? Okay. Good job, everybody.
Next time is gonna be interesting
So I
Just
forgot it
saying.
has to be skewed to that side of the screen.
because next time I'm in London, but I bring my laptop, so I will be joining, but I will be joining with my laptop mic, so I might not sound as pristine.
Oh, okay. And it's alright to join from London? You don't have more important things to be doing?
Well, not during the night.
Okay, I'm just
but
making
it's-
sure.
It's, yeah, but it's
Yeah,
night
it'll be
towards my
like-
checkout, so I have to be up before 11 a.m. That's fine.
Okay. I just
That's
don't
no
want to be
different
messing.
time
I
than-
just don't want to be messing up a trip for you.
Nah, it's the end of the trip, so it's fine.
Okay, perfect. All right then, I'm going to end it there. Good game, and join us again next week, Tuesday, 7:30 Eastern Time. For Everybody Loves Raiken. And hopefully there'll be less vomit that time.
A lot of
It will
vomit.
be an hour without Malachi next time, right?
No,
That's not
following
the first one
Tuesday.
anymore.
Yeah, it's the second. It's now the second Tuesdays, and he's just late on those days.